y'all. It's your girl, Yaminah, aka Madam Red, Madam Yams. You know, I go by Madam Yams. That's my original burlesque name. And Madam Red, too, because that's my favorite color. Anyways, welcome to Red Light Special Live. We miss you. It's been a little minute. And, we're going to do what it do here. So let me bring in my co-host, Miss Trina B. Real. A. And we have Mr. Apollo Sadiq. What's good, George?
I'm sorry, y'all. I keep getting kicked out.
Oh, it's all good.
It's fine. Happy Wednesday. We made it. Half of the week is here, people.
Yes.
And as you see, I'm in the middle of my bed, my favorite place. And I'm not on set. This is where you'll find me. And it's called Paradise. It's the middle of my bed.
I heard that. Isn't that nice to work from home?
Yes. I love being able to come on your lives. Sometimes I'm traveling and I'm doing them in different places, but I love when I can be in the middle of my bed and just talk about real shit.
Yes.
So I'm excited about tonight's conversation.
Oh, yes. So we're going to get right into it, okay? So there has been some things going on in Hollywood and the world, of course. The world, number one. But the topic right now we're talking about is hair discrimination in Hollywood. So there was a little situation that Saucy Santana, some of his tweets came up recently. His old tweets talking about Blue Ivy having nappy hair and things like that. And, people came for him. The Beehive came for him. And, he basically is like, he said what he said. And, he'll talk bad about whatever. And so people coming from, talking about Blue Ivy.
Well, let me just say this to you. If Beyonce take that sample off that song that she just did with him, I bet he shut his mouth. Okay, let's be clear about what you gonna say and what you ain't gonna say, Saucy. Okay, now, I say it in your face, Saucy. I ain't even in the Beehive, but what we ain't gonna do is come at people kids. Okay, and let's be clear, Mister. I don't know who's ever educated you about hair, but nappy is actually classy. That's the original hair for people that have strength. So don't be mad if you ain't never seen strong women in your life that have that kind of hair that you don't respect. But that was the old way of thinking, and that was the way that you have been misinformed. And I'll give you forgiveness for that. And I'll give you forgiveness. You understand? I'm not forgiving you. I'll give you forgiveness, Mr. Man. Okay? For talking about Miss Blue Ivy. And I'm going to leave it at that. Go ahead, put your stamp on it.
Well, this is an interesting thing, because this is like, I've been in the industry almost 20 years now, and Black women with their hair has always been a thing. And, that's why we wear weaves and things like that. But now, Black hair is supposed to be more...
we've been liberated.
We've been liberated,
Okay, because people are buying into this hair now. They want you to be... When I go on set, I be trying to put on a wig, and they say, no, we love the natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just be clear. It's not nappy, it's natural hair. So that's why I said I'm going to forgive you because you were misinformed. And like we all were.
There was some other stuff that happened because I just saw something with Lisa Ray and Vivica A. Fox they have their show, and they were talking about this comment, and Vivica made a comment to Lisa about, someone called her Bella nappy head, and her first response was her hair ain't nappy. And I just kind of felt like, as Black women sitting on this panel, it's called Cocktails with Queens. And after sitting on this panel, I feel like this was a time for them to really address, the discrimination that Black women have with their hair and the issues that we have within our community. And I feel like no one to me really hit the nail on that. And I feel like that was the opportunity to do that. I don't know if you guys seen that, but I just recently saw that before I came on. And I was just a little like, little disturbed about that because, you know, Sauce's antenna, he'll make his comment, whatever. But when the queens come up and talk about it, you're supposed to represent for your people. And it just wasn't represented for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think definitely she could have handled that definitely better, but I'm not surprised. And I'll just say this. I agree with you. As a grandmother of any child, I would have came with the remark I just said. No child has nappy is natural. So if, depending on what products the parent uses or have access to, they might know how to activate that hair and bring out the natural curl and coil and that beautiful hair. Okay. And when you have been Europeanized, you've been taught that what is naturally beautiful for us, that we are now being embraced in Hollywood, and they have whole diversity departments embracing and making sure that people have us seen in things now, is because it's what's original. Okay.
Right.
So when you're misinformed, I forgive you for that because you don't know. And like you said, Hollywood has discriminated against Black people. So what makes your hair different? Okay. Let's just be clear about what Hollywood has been. Hollywood, I mean, I do movies a lot all the time. I'm on TV shows. There's not a whole bunch of, unless it's a Black show, a Black series, there's not a whole bunch of Black principals on shows.
Right.
Compared to how many white principals you'll have. Okay. And that's today. So you were talking about hair. Hair is just, we're lucky we are starting to see our hair being something that they actually require to be seen in these shots now, and not being, like you said, every time you see it is considered an ethnic person. Now it's just normal to see a person wearing their natural hair in today's world.
And that's important because we don't have to put on the weave to, you know, be fit for the role. Like I get
to go to work. Yeah. I just played a lawyer where I called in and they had background. You know, they don't tell you a lot about the look. They just tell you what clothes. So I said, you know, is her hair, because you know, what era is it? Can she be natural? And they said, yeah, of course. We would love it to be natural. So now I'm getting on set. I'm the only natural girl. Everybody else somebody might have locks. But it's the diversity, because what makes the world, when you look at a world right now, you don't see everybody looking the same. And now that natural has become more acceptable, like you said, at work, in digital print, on commercials, they have now when you look for commercial casting, they're looking for natural hair.
Yeah, they are, and that's is important to show us in our natural state, because our hair is beautiful. It grows
beautiful.
It grows for a reason.
We just don't know the right products. Like what I've had to learn being a natural woman is that is the combination. Everybody thing don't work for everybody. Like what might work for your hair might give you the right shine and bounce, might not do the same thing for my 4C. So I think when you get to learn to love your hair, right, and your hair will respond based on how you respond, right? And I just think it's very harsh when I hear a man that wants to talk about a woman's hair when clearly
a baby that.
Yeah, a baby, right. That has, to me, her mother just did the best they could for what she felt like sitting down long enough for them to do. Okay.
And if you just see her at the game with her daddy, she looked so cute. She had her big old curls and
how about however she is, however she want her hair, she got enough money she can wear her hair however she want. You see her daddy hair right now, right? And them, he got the they call them the whatever locks,
the bongo,
I call them the whatever, the palm tree locks.
Yeah.
They like a palm, like they just growing any kind of every angle, thick, some sprout here. And so, because when you get to that much money, he had that picture on the shirt years ago. He got enough money. He don't have to look a certain way. He's a billionaire. He don't need, that's what I'm saying. You worried about Blue Ivy. You better hope you keep selling records.
And see, that's the thing. We shouldn't have to be billionaires not to worry about our hair at this point. You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't have to be. Now it's become more acceptable because people like him are making it acceptable. When you got a Jay-Z walking in places, so for somebody to come after him, they'd be like, oh, that's the Jay-Z hairstyle. Who cares? But at least it's something that they can reference it to.
And it's not like just a hood person. You know what I mean? So I think that is, I didn't even look at it from that perspective. That's something good to point out.
And I know me being natural hair is work. It takes a lot. And so you get to know your hair, because right now, like I'm sitting with a deep conditioner on my hair. I've learned to take the time. You ain't never that busy when your hair need a moisture, you know. And sometimes That's what I'm saying. So when people say people napping, no, they have not napping. They don't know the right products, or maybe they just ain't feel like getting their hair done. But to them, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it about us that we can start talking about people? What's going on? What is really going on?
I just think that, especially like right now with everything that's been going on, people just want to be entertained in so different
Well,
ways.
he just got Beyonce to do a record with him. He better slow down.
Well, he sampled her song, so she ain't.
But she could have said she could have not let him use it. He could have sampled and she could have not cleared it.
But I think she also sampled that song from someone else, so maybe I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I heard in the news on social media. But I don't know that the details of all that. All I know is that I feel like he's rubbing it in the face. He's not addressing it in a way like empowering young girls. Besides, Happy Pride Month. Okay, I meant to say that earlier. Happy Pride.
Yes, honey. And I'm eating my ginger. Look, and I'm eating my ginger snaps for the snaps and the pride snaps for the pride.
Yeah, we want to say Happy Pride. You know what I mean? And that's the other part. Like being a part of the LGBTQ community as a Black person. We have to empower each other from all perspectives. You know what I mean? You got, and especially as a more feminine young male, he should also embrace a young girl, empower her too. That's your job at this point. Not talking about not this nappy hair business bullshit.
Yeah, you need to relax.
That needs to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to get the paper and all that, but you, at the end of the day, you're still a Black person, so you're still, you have your own voice, your own lineage and all that. But we're not, we don't all know which tribe that we come from. You know what I mean? So we have to do it for each other all the way across the board. As Black people, whether all across the African diaspora. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And beyond, in the Caribbean, all over. We in China, we everywhere.
Everything, the diaspora, the whole diaspora is everything. You know what I mean? So we uplift each other and showing our locks and twists or natural fro or whatever. They was doing it in the 70s. So, the Black hair is being liberated again, and that's cool. So more people are being comfortable with that. So let's celebrate that.
Yes, that's good.
Next, I saw that they doing dedicating the Wendy Williams last show. What did you think about that? I remember there was some stuff coming up talking about she did some kind of interview. I think it was Jason Lee or something like that, or was on his live saying that the Wendy Williams was coming back or something like that, and then that wasn't true. But I've seen her over, social media.
I'm gonna just say this to you. I think she should bow out gracefully now, right? She has health concerns. She's done this show a long time. She's made some money. I think I would enjoy my life, right? I would try to catch a hold of whatever life I have left, right? And try different things and just live. Like, you don't have to have a studio show to create a Wendy Williams show. She could do them remote. She could do them in, you know what I mean, on the road. If I was her, I would travel and take the Wendy Williams show. And I would just do them in different places where I got Wendy fans. Wendy, you might need to call me, girl. Let me help you do all this. I ain't even gonna tell you no more how to do it now, because I got some ideas of what to do with you. But I feel like you've done your thing. Like, at this point, bow out gracefully, like as the co-host legend right now, because you were the only talk show that went from radio to television and had a successful show as long as you have, right? Mm-hmm. You just made a movie about your life, so everyone knows who you really are, right? So become your new person, right? Let all that Wendy Williams show go with the show. Enjoy your son. Look for hopefully to be here to see some grandkids while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You only have one son. Enjoy your life. Stop living to make other people's lives like the scandal. Like, you've done enough giving and all that. You're not gonna be Oprah because you're not giving enough. You got enough scandal. That's most of what your show is based on. And no, seriously. And they got everybody talking about shit before you now. So it ain't that, it's you paying all them salaries when you could just enjoy that money, right? And just do your brand something different. And I got some ideas for you. I ain't gonna tell you no more because I just sprinkled a little bit for you. But
well, holla at Trina Be Real.
And Yaminah, because Yaminah gonna have to help with some of the fun and entertainment. When you get it from the red light district, you get a package deal
Red
here.
light special. I don't know why you keep saying red light district. You know, that's something.
You know, I know red light special. You know, because I want us to go to Perry with the red light special. I keep thinking we're gonna go there because I told you we're taking it on the road. But yes,
we taking it on the road.
But the red light special is a package deal. When I invite stuff and things, then my team gets some of the cream. We don't just throw out there for just one mean. Now, clang, 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 clang.
Yeah. So that's, you know, shout out to Wendy Williams. You know,
shout out Wendy. Congrats, Toodles. You've done well. We'll see you around.
How you doing? So next, you know, we gotta talk about the next queen, okay? And I really, you know, I want to see her win, but I just feel like these things happening. You know, the Queen Monique, you know, got into it with DL Hughley. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but it has escalated because she talked about his daughter and an experience she had as a child. And I don't really want to get all up into that because, you know, that was her. She made a comment to how that was traumatizing. So I don't want to
re-trigger trigger, no triggers.
But you know, I am a little disappointed that, you know, I want to see her win, and I understand.
Well, listen, Monique in her mind, she's winning. I definitely think there's a different approach to anything. I feel like we put too much personal stuff with politics and business, right? Mm-hmm. Like business and personal shouldn't mix. Mm-hmm. And I think there's certain, like, just like in the drug game, certain things should be left off the table. Women, kids, you know, like they shouldn't really be brought into our beef, right? Like if you don't like DL because his corny, he didn't want to let you go first because you felt like you were the headliner. He wanted to be a headliner in his city. You did what you did. You chopped him up on stage the best that you could, okay? But leave it there. Mm-hmm. You are such a beautiful spirit, and what you're trying to do and help people with trauma, don't create more trauma for us. Because right now, we don't know. We got a food shortage going on. We got real shit. They taking back all our rights. Black people dying at alarming rates. Kids ain't got programs no more. The mayor done start cutting shit in our schools, education. Like, Monique, if you want to do some shit, do that type of shit right now. Don't keep coming at different comedians because that's not your fight. I got a program to help people with trauma. You want to help people with trauma? There are plenty of programs that you can really help people. But this right here is messy.
Yeah.
And you are getting back there. 50 calling people respect you, and I respect you. A lot of people do. Keep that level going. Don't, like First Lady said, when they go low, you go high. Mm-hmm. And what you're doing now is you stooping to his level by even entertaining this right now. He couldn't even get me to say his name. I wouldn't even say the letters. Okay? Like, no, seriously, if I got beef with you, that's too much in it. I gave you power by even acknowledging you. Think about it. I said what I said on stage and I left it there. That was the end of that. That you, whatever, you know, because that's comedy. But now this has become personal because y'all, and that's what we do as people. We find ways to tear each other down and have other people having stuff to tear us down. No. Get somewhere in the room and y'all talk y'all shit to each other and then move on.
I agree. Because we ain't got time. We had these children that were murdered in.
Yeah, we just had double murders. We had Buffalo, then we got the kids in Texas. We got too much going on. We got the people in not even the kids. We got guns, people getting shot, pushed on the subway. We got real life happening. And also, nobody gives a damn about what happened 10 years ago to all the stuff. Right now, what can we do now to be better as people? That's why
and then I heard that there were some neo-Nazi people that were arrested near Pride. Did you hear about that?
Yes, the whole van of them that was ready to come across a riot and some ruckus.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They were armed and weapon and uniform.
Armed and weapon. Look. See, this is why we gotta look out.
But we beefing about somebody said and they don't like me and nobody not. Yeah.
Because when we elevate, we just supposed to elevate. And when the haters, they hate, you know, I just feel at some point, you know, you could talk shit about it, make a little comment if you want to, but don't make that be the whole attention on you. You know what I mean? Like, shift that power back to you, so it's not this whole controversial thing that I don't, you know, we don't need that kind of shit right now. No. And then just even with, you know, making that comment about Blue Ivy and all of that we discussed earlier, Like, we don't need that. You know, we got brown
You're not even allowing it, bro. That's why I said what I said. What I said. Like, if ain't nobody else gonna step on your neck, Saucy, I'm telling you, don't do it. Be like, you don't want the beehives to come at you, but at the end of respect, you don't want that comment. You might have a kid one day. You talk about having this kid one day. You feel that at some point you might want that. You ain't gonna want nobody to call your child that. Out of respect.
Exactly. And I think, to be honest, any Black woman on a high platform that is speaking about a situation that regards Black people and their hair and colorism and all that, no matter what you personally think, because this happened to you or whatever, you know what it is in this country, in this world, when it comes to Black people, our complexion, our hair, stereotypes, you know what it is. So when you're on that platform, and that's your time to set the record straight, set people straight.
And
so
celebrate us and not be a part of the whole in crown of like making people feel less than.
Right. And let's not continue this cycle that's been going on for years. And I feel like when I see older women who I've looked up to, watch on big screen TVs, still seem to, remind me of girls I came up in the industry with, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And, for me, I feel like it's my duty. I have a lot of sisters. I'm the oldest, and I've always been about, setting an example. As you climb high, you gotta set an example, and we don't have time to set an examples of negativity towards our people, period. Because whether you have quote unquote good hair, which all Black hair is good hair, but that stereotype about what good hair is, if you still like ignorant in that area, like, you need to get that shit together.
But that's a lot of us, you know what I mean? Like, people don't want to talk about slavery because it was like, well, you not a slave. Well, my great grandma was, and my cousin them on the other side is in Texas, because we didn't know we was free for Juneteenth for how many years? Okay, well, y'all was free for 5 years before. 4 years later, we just figured out we was free. We was enslaved down south. So your freedom wasn't my freedom,
right?
And so I just think we gotta, yeah. Okay, yeah, get that burp.
My bad. and that slipped out too.
Listen, at least it came from that end and not the other end.
Right. Well, we didn't get Apollo back on, but that's all good.
One more thing that we got to make sure we fight for, people. Protect the art. The music right now, we are in trouble with our intellectual properties as artists. While words are our power, we cannot let people tell us what we can say in our music and our songs. You had, I shot the sheriff. Motherfuckers wasn't going out shooting sheriffs. Okay? You have so many rock songs that talk about death and murder. People didn't actually go out and commit death and murder. Okay? Let's go into some of our most cult rock bands. Let's talk about Van Halen. Let's talk about what was the Kiss. Okay, we have people eating snakes and rats on stage.
Yeah,
drinking cow piss. All right, and nothing happened to those people. Now, Black people, we telling them what life stories or things that we've experienced, we've witnessed. Maybe we could have made it up because of what we thought we saw. Now these stories are being used against you in court or laws.
That's very true. So I need to do some more research on this, but I had saw something about Jay-Z and a few other people working on that or did something.
I know Kevin Lyles was doing a campaign.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing called Save the Art. And so that's why I'm saying tonight, people, your voice is your power. And as a writer and soon to be director and ready to write my poetry again, I would hate for someone to stop what I use as work of art from just words of metaphoric thinking, not actually going to premeditate. Not premeditative thinking, is metaphoric thinking, which is basically creating a story that may be in your mind, but you haven't actually committed. right?
Mhm.
But it's not a real story. It's art. It's telling us make believe. So if
Yeah.
we can't make believe anymore, then what will we have? All right. So think about that, people. Save the art. We'll
Save the
be back
art.
next week, next Wednesday. Maybe I'll be in the middle of my bed. Maybe I won't. I actually probably won't be. But
Yeah. You know where to follow us. Wednesdays, hump day, Wednesday fun day. We
if
making
you
it
ain't humping, come and check us out.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Red Light Special Live. I'm your host, Yaminah Legohn.
Yes, red light special light, not red light district. That's just me predicting I'm gonna be in Paris with the red light special in 2023 because we ain't going to 20, but 2023 we're gonna be in Paris.
We're gonna be in. Let's get it.
I'm claiming it. Donors, God, angel blessers, people in Paris that want the red light special because then Yaminah's gonna come and do her burlesque dancing, and Apollo's gonna do his stilettos, and I'm gonna do comedy.
Comedy.
Okay, we're gonna come and do some comedy.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Ciao. Sex, love, and relationships with tips you don't want to miss. Keeping it sassy with all the swag. Don't you want to kiss? Wednesday hump day, we're making it a fun day. You don't have to hit it rough. From the west coast to the east coast, let me see you throw it up. Stop by, drop a like, and we'll say what's up.